This afternoon, we are going to discuss about the practice that we do at all times. And also, those of you who are new to this, I want to explain this practice, so-called shower blessing. Basically, what this practice is based on 7-line prayers. Rinpoche, the great master, wrote this sadhana. This practice, not only we do here, but lot of masters, many of you know, do this practice everywhere. So the reason for doing this practice is that this practice is rather concise and complete, easy sadhana practice. Simple and sweet. Okay. I hope you have the text. Let me first say a few words about Guru Rinpoche. Because this practice is Guru Rinpoche's practice. Guru Rinpoche, which means precious Guru, the great precious Guru, or in Sanskrit, Padmasambhava, right? Lotus born Guru. So now, who is Guru Rinpoche? About Guru Rinpoche, there are many teachings relating to Guru Rinpoche, who Guru Rinpoche is. But what I share with you today is something simple. And yet, from this understanding, you can then elaborate, extend your understanding of Guru Rinpoche. What I want to share with you about Guru Rinpoche is from two aspects. First one, from ultimate point of view. Second, from historical account. Okay. Now, from ultimate point of view, Guru Rinpoche himself said, those who pray on me, praise for all Buddhas. Those who hear me, hear all Buddhas. Those who see me, see all Buddhas. Those who accomplish me, accomplish all Buddhas. That's what Guru Rinpoche himself said. Sanje tamche tong ma rup sanje tamche rup. Tu sanje tamche tu mani deshi kundu yin, he said. In this case, Guru Rinpoche, we do not view as a historical figure who came to be in a certain time, in certain place. But Guru Rinpoche is the embodiment of all the Buddhas of the past, present, and future Buddhas. Guru Rinpoche, who embodies all the enlightened qualities, the infinite compassion, the infinite wisdom, the infinite power to liberate infinite sentient beings. So that is Guru Rinpoche. That's all enough for us to understand Guru Rinpoche. And when we visualize Guru Rinpoche, when we pray up, call his blessings, we're not calling a particular figure, historical figures, blessings or visualizing. We are visualizing all the Buddhas. We are invoking all the Buddhas' blessings. We visualize Guru Rinpoche's figure. That figure is the figure of all Buddhas, not a particular one. Receive blessings from Guru Rinpoche. That blessings is not Guru Rinpoche, a particular Buddha's blessings, but the blessings of all the Buddhas. So, in our lineage practice, Guru Yoga practice, or visualize Guru Rinpoche, receive blessings or empowerments from Guru Rinpoche. That empowerment has nothing to do with particular Buddha's empowerment. The empowerment and blessings one receives is the blessings of all Buddhas, all enlightened beings. The enlightened beings to whom one take refuge. The enlightened beings to whom we ask the guidance, refuge, all in the form of Guru Rinpoche. Why the lamas of the present time said that Guru Rinpoche practice is important? Because Guru Rinpoche is Buddha of our times, time of degenerations. Degenerations in the spiritual qualities, degenerations in sentient beings' emotions, degenerations in all these positive, good ones, and degeneration in a sense that this world is ever more uncertain. In this time of degenerations, Guru Rinpoche's power, Guru Rinpoche's blessings of infinite compassion, wisdoms, and the blessings, whatever we are asking from Guru Rinpoche, as this world gets more degenerated, more uncertain, Guru Rinpoche's blessings become ever more accessible, swift. So, Buddha of our time. Therefore, in our lineage, all the masters recommend Guru Rinpoche prayers. Pray to Guru Rinpoche, ask his blessings in this time of degeneration, most effective. Okay, that's one way to understand Guru Rinpoche. And then, second, historical aspect. Because we sentient beings still want to hear something in terms of place or time, or something that we can talk about. Or worst case, something we can doubt about. So, whatever the case, this is the story. So here I want to say, three different accounts. First, that Guru Rinpoche, as the emanation of Buddha Amitabha. Second, as the emanation of the Buddha himself, Shakyamuni. Third, as the founder of Vajrayana Buddhism. Okay. As an emanation of Amitabha Buddha, at the beginning, it is said that when Buddha Amitabha found that this world needs powerful enlightened being to guide, to liberate, Buddha Amitabha manifests from his heart, 6 syllable free. And that 6 syllable landed on the lotus in Lake Danakosha, in the land of Odiyana, northeast of the country. And from that 6 syllable landing in that lotus as a seed, and appear from that Guru Rinpoche in the form of 8-year-old boy. And when we do Guru Rinpoche practice, sadhana practice, most of you know that on the crown of Guru Rinpoche, we visualize Amitabha Buddha. In this case, on the crown here, above Guru Rinpoche is Amitabha Buddha. Now, that is as an emanation of Amitabha Buddha. As an emanation of Shakyamuni Buddha, it is said that when Shakyamuni Buddha was ready to pass into Mahaparinirvana, he was requested by his disciples to remain and continue on the tantric teachings, Vajrayana teachings. And at that time, Buddha Shakyamuni turned to his students and said, I would come back and take from the very beginning a pure form. From there, I will continue on the tantric teachings. As Buddha Shakyamuni predicted, Guru Rinpoche was born on the lotus in Lake Danakosha. Second account, Guru Rinpoche as emanation or reincarnation of Buddha Shakyamuni. Now third, as the founder of Vajrayana Buddhism, this has to do in relation to Tibet. Well, Tibet had a golden age in the past. 7th century, 8th century, 9th century, 10th century. Emperors. In 8th century, King Trisong Detsen invited Guru Rinpoche to Tibet. When he invited Guru Rinpoche to Tibet, Guru Rinpoche first trained all the spirits in Tibet who are hostile to the spread of Buddha Dharma, to the welfare of beings in Tibet. He tamed all these spirits. Not only did he tame all these spirits, he actually transformed them into a Dharma protectors. So these days, we do lots of Dharma protectors that has to do with Guru Rinpoche's activities, enlightened activities. Finally, arriving in the center of Tibet with Guru Rinpoche's blessings, Trisong Detsen the king finally able to establish the first ever monastery called Samye Monastery. And then the long stories after that. Anyway, by the blessings of Guru Rinpoche, in the 8th century, as you think about early 8th century, sometimes I think that how these translators, they said number of translators, young Tibetans were sent to India at that time. Like Berotsana, Kawapati, Churu, Louis Jansen, Shang Yishide, everybody. There are many, many translators, but among them, all the most important ones are 108 translators. Anyway, they went all the way to India, studied Sanskrit, came back to Tibet, translated along Guru Rinpoche. So basically, what I mean here, golden age of Tibet, is that, as I mentioned yesterday, over 100 Buddha's volumes, over 200 Pandita's writings majority of them already translated in the early 8th century. Amazing how they could have done. Amazing. We call Kaljam Yuj to Dalwa, which means the whole land of Tibet transformed into the Buddhist world. Whereas before Guru Rinpoche, used to be quite a wild Tibetans. Now transform all into a Buddhist, Dharma-oriented people. I can't stop wonder when I read this Buddha Dharma, actually starting from India and then slowly going down south, Sri Lanka and all these places, South Asia, Southeast Asia. Buddha Dharma went all these different places. But Buddha Dharma in Tibet was something very different. Very powerful. It was a powerful, powerful movement. So if you ask why that is, I usually say that it's not because Tibetan folks up there living in high plateau eat lots of, yak's meat or deer's meat or butter, but something has to do with Guru Rinpoche's blessings or Guru Rinpoche's blessings. Okay? That such powerful movement of Buddhism happened. So anyway, not only in the 8th century, but Guru Rinpoche, his teachings were concealed as a treasure teachings. Treasure teachings means hidden in different places, in the mountains, in the rocks, in the river, in the lake, in the sky, in the mind stream of his students. Like most in the Dujum lineage, most teachings are, particularly Dujum Rinpoche's, are heart treasures, we call. Which means that at that time, Dujum Rinpoche was Ndroben Chechung Lotsa, the youngest translators at the time of Guru Rinpoche. So these teachings were concealed in these translators' mind streams, which is the most safe place. And that translator, Ndroben Chechung Lotsa, took many rebirths. In our time, His Holiness Dujum Rinpoche. And being the reincarnated of Ndroben Chechung Lotsa, what does that mean is that all his teachings just come up, these teachings. He did not have to think what to say, what to write, what is first, second, third, just comes out as if you have memorized. I'm sure you have in your memory all some of the songs, Beatles songs, Bob Marley songs. Sometimes when you just see it, it just come out. As if like that. This is not a good example, but hidden in the mind streams. So why we call Guru Rinpoche is Buddha of our time is, see, right now, as many of you know, what we practice, most texts are treasure teachings. Of course, you are familiar with this. We have long lineage and short lineage. Short lineage has to do with treasure teachings. Mostly we practice the treasure teachings. Treasure teachings are from Guru Rinpoche. That's it. So, Guru Rinpoche is Buddha of our time. We practice. Here, Mepham Rinpoche, this text, again, from Mepham Rinpoche's as a mind treasure has come up. Most regard, this is also treasure. Like that. Even though Mepham Rinpoche actually written, wrote this, putting together. Okay. Now, that is Guru Rinpoche. Understanding Guru Rinpoche from more ultimate sense. And then historical account, if you want to know. So, practice of Guru Rinpoche is very important because Guru Rinpoche, Buddha of our time. Yeah. Now, how we do practice, how we invoke Guru Rinpoche's blessings. If Guru Rinpoche is the Buddha of our time, then how we do so is a question. And here is that answer. Guru Rinpoche's blessings is invoked through 7-line prayers and Vajaguru mantra, right? Seven-line prayers and Vajaguru mantra, both, nobody actually wrote this. It is said that Chuniji Rangda, sound of Dharmata, at the time of Guru Rinpoche, when he was born in the Lake Dana Kosha on the lotus, the natural sound appear in this 7-line prayer and Vajaguru mantras. At that time, all the Dakas and Dakinis all invoke Guru Rinpoche's blessings in 7-line prayers and Vajaguru mantras. And that's how Guru Rinpoche came into being. Now, when we invoke Guru Rinpoche's blessings, then we invoke Guru Rinpoche through 7-line prayer and Vajaguru mantra. Okay? Mepham Rinpoche, based on this 7-line, and he put together this sadhana. Okay. Now, first I will go through this. Actual practice, what Mepham Rinpoche wrote, is from the page 13. Ranglu Tamau. Are we on the same page?
Let's see. Shall I show the text?
Can you see?
I can share the screen.
Page 13?
Page 13.
Ranglu, can you see there? If it's,
yeah, in our books it may be page, if it's Odiana, I guess it's page 13.
Okay.
This page
Then 13, okay. If you print this one out, this is page 13, okay.
This is
Okay. What sadhana is about is quite simple. You do not think this is kind of complicated. So vajrayana practice, this and that. Here begins with visualization of Guru Rinpoche. in front of oneself in the stainless leg dana kosha. On that, the leg dana kosha, the leg, the water in the leg is 8 qualities. Now we say purified good water, and then crystal clear, cooling, and all these things, not that necessary. Something that does not give problem to your stomach, does not give problem to your throat, soothing when you drink, sweet, and all these things. Anyway, visualize Guru Rinpoche in front. On that, on that Vajraju lotus, on the lotus, like how Guru Rinpoche was born, the lotus, visualize. Now, here, Orgyen Doje Chang, but basically, whatever Guru Rinpoche, form you feel comfortable visualizing, is okay. With or without consort also. Like that. Here, with consort. Okay. There are visualizations within the vast expanse of 5-color light. They blaze in the majesty of the blessings of supreme bliss. Ocean of the 3 roots, gather like the clouds as the retinue. They gaze upon me, bringing down a shower of blessings and compassions. So, first and foremost, in the visualization, one do not visualize like the ordinary physical, material, the body, like the body we know. Here, one visualize immaterial. One example that we always use, that Vajrayana teachings likes to use, is rainbow-like. The figure and color, everything's distinctively appearing, and yet non-substantial. Rainbow-like nature. And yet more real than one's own physical bodies. Real in a sense, Guru Rinpoche with infinite blessings, infinite compassion to all beings, infinite wisdoms, infinite power, enlightened power to grant the blessings, infinite blessings. So that is the visualization, one visualize in throne. In Vajrayana practice, visualization is a very, very important part. Why? Because what you think, what you imagine matters. In this very moment, if I ask you to think about somebody who has been very nice to you, who's dear, close to your heart, if I talk about this person's name, ask you to think about, simply it affects to your mind. Hope not, but if you have somebody you do not want to see anymore, as a Buddhist people, we should not have those. Try your best not to have. But if you have one, if you think about that person, this story immediately affects to your mind. Here, what we are thinking is something very profound. Enlightened being the embodiment of all the Buddhas, Guru Rinpoche, with infinite compassion and love, wisdom, we are visualizing. That very visualization, that very thought should bring you some comfort and ease and feel a sense of protection, being saved from all dangers. Visualize always in this, particularly in Guru Yoga sense, with devotions. Devotion here, I mean, thinking, admiring the enlightened qualities of Guru Rinpoche, enlightened qualities, the Sang Je aspect, perfectly purified, perfectly completed, enlightened qualities. Like that. Okay. And then sadhana here, Rinpoche is just what? Just visualization part. And then comes, before we do, let me say this, comes the visualization, second comes 7 branch offerings, third, in a way, asking Guru Rinpoche's blessings, Vaja Guru Mantra, 7-line prayer recitation, and the dissolutions. You become one with Guru Rinpoche. That's it, in a nutshell, right? That's very simple, in a way. And then, if we have this version, page 14, 7 branch prayers. 7 branch prayers is one of the most common practice in Buddhism, particularly in Mahayana, Vajrayana Buddhism. Most of you know when we do sadhana practice, it all comes. Any sadhana practice you do, 7 branch prayers are there. Genesic practice, Dharma practice, every practice we do, there comes 7 branch prayers. One of the most common prayers. So if one keep in mind how the 7 branch prayer works, so that really gives you lots of understanding, that really lots of complication you might find in Vajrayana practice, sadhana, also will be, solved. Okay. 7 branch prayers, it usually comes right after the visualizations. You visualize, and in their presence, in the presence of the Buddha, Avalokita Chenrezig, or Guru Rinpoche, whatever, Tara, you visualize. Once you visualize their presence, then one pay homage or prostrations. It's like as if when you go to a Lama or to whom you highly value, first you do prostration. It's like that this practice that Buddha taught, that kind of continued in the traditional way, and when you go to see a high Lama, to prostration. That. Okay. First is that. And then making offerings, right? You making offerings to that particular Buddha, pay homage, do offer prostrations, and then think that you are making offerings. And then confess whatever, negative deeds out of, our own uncontrollable thoughts, whatever that I transgress. being a Buddhist, not supposed to be doing like that, but something happened. There were people who shakes my comfort zone, and I happened to be saying something. So, confessing, and then rejoicing the merit of Guru Rinpoche, whatever particular Buddha you visualize, rejoice in Guru Rinpoche's place, in rejoice in Guru Rinpoche's merit, Tara's merit, Chenrezig's merit, and all the merits of all the Buddhas, and all the merits. Basically, as we rejoice our own merit and that of the whole people, Sangha members rejoicing. And then request to turn the wheel of Dharma, turn the wheel of Dharma, of course. We say enlightenment is not the ultimate goal, but turning the wheel of Dharma is the ultimate. So in book we visualize that we request Guru Rinpoche to turn the wheel of Dharma, and then request not to pass into nirvana, but always remain. Basically, we are asking Guru Rinpoche's blessings, Guru Rinpoche's presence. They're always there at the time of good, at the time of bad. Wherever we are, whatever we do, always will be there. Then dedication of the merit, like that. So here, I want to say that the request to remain always is rather implied here, not explicit. Like other Chinese practice and other practices separate. But here, like, it says that amazing all the virtuous qualities of my own and others, I will, for as long as the countless realms of beings continue, follow in the wake of your example, my Lord Protector. Refer to the, remaining in one's presence at all times. Okay, so that is the 7 branch prayers. And then why we do these 7 branch prayers? Just simply, so much meaning in it, really. In order to accumulate, that's what we do. Pay homage, prostration, make offerings, confess, negative deeds, rejoice. It's so powerful, this prayer. You think about this, the meaning, So we do this at all times. For instance, yesterday I was explaining the offerings we make, in front of the statues. When one make offerings, when one do particularly 3-time prostrations, we recite 7 branch prayers. And when we reach to a holy place, we do that. In front of a holy statues, Guru Rinpoche or Chenrezig or any this, in front of a great master, do 7 branch prayers. 7 branch prayer at all time. Okay. And then the next, which reads, "Oh, great treasure of wisdom and love, in whom all source of refuge converge." This particularly asking Guru Rinpoche's blessings now, right? That's that. And then we recite 7-line prayer. 7-line prayers, Hong Ujin Yujin Jang Sam, Pemakesa, Dombola Yansin Chu, Pemanjuni, Shizu the Kodu Kandamu, just daru chinjelo bishes guru pema siddhi hung, that one. That's what Rinpoche is. The next one is also inserted. Oma omezang guru pema siddhi hung, oma omezang guru pema tunizaman sama zasi pala hung. This long mantra is inserted again. The Vajra mantra is there. And then, in our case, shower blessing, Bhagavad Rinpoche put these three kaya prayers. And this translation, in my opinion, amazing translations. If you can memorize, that would be the best. But anyway, sometimes read this. Here's the meaning of Dzogpa Chenpo. This prayer, Tirikaya prayer, is excerpt from 7 chapters invocation to Guru Rinpoche. But here, lots of lamas in our lineage, in fact, do Dzogchen teachings based on this text, these Tirikaya prayers. Or the prayer, the main meaning is that whatever one see, hear, and thought arising, however they may arise, remain in a state of non-grasping. Everything, samsaric phenomena, suffering happen because of grasping mind. The ultimate practice of Buddhism is to attain that concept-free state. That's it. Meditation, what does it really mean? The real meditation is to remain the state of non-grasping. Every sense of grasping, you release in the infinite space of the mind. There is nothing to grasp, the sky like nature. There is nothing. Can one remain in that state, the place where all sense of grasping is released, free from sky-like nature of mind? In that state, one remaining is basically the ultimate practice. And this one also inserted. So if one practice, one can say it in English, that would be great. And then we go to the page 31, the conclusions. No. By the way, when one recite the Vajra 7-line prayer, we repeat here, many times, as well as Vajra Guru mantra. So what we visualize here, of course, visualization of Guru Rinpoche in front, above, in the sky. Feel his presence. And invoke his blessings by the means of recitation of 7-line prayers. Almost like 7-line prayer is the way to communicate with him, connect to Guru Rinpoche. With which one receives blessings. So, the visualization here, Rinpoche instruct you visualize from Guru Rinpoche's wisdom body, from heart, 5 color rays of light. The essence of Guru Rinpoche's wisdom constantly coming from Guru Rinpoche's wisdom heart level, dissolving into you. Now the blessings we talk about, right? Blessings in a regular sense, of course, the blessings, whatever you are asking for, need, immediate needs, for these blessings, physical issues, mental issues. Now, ultimate blessings is blessings of wisdom, compassion, empowerment. Okay. Anyway, that's how we recite, receive Guru Rinpoche's blessings. And then at the end, at the conclusion here, as it reads, from the 3 syllables in the Lama's 3 places, emerge the 3 rays of white, red, and dark blue light. Here, from Guru Rinpoche's forehead, throat, heart level, Om Ah Hum syllable, if one can visualize, emerges white from forehead, white rays of light dissolve into one's forehead. With that, one receives the blessings that which purifies all our defilements relating to this body. This body. Whatever karmas one have accumulated, purifies. Now the subtle defilements of the body is channels. So that's again, last class we talked about purifying the channels. That which channels which are basis of this ordinary phenomenon, purified. One receives the blessings of Guru Rinpoche's wisdom, body blessings. Remember here, it's not particular Buddhas, no concept like that. The blessings of wisdom, body of all Buddhas. Wisdom speech from Guru Rinpoche's throat, red rays of light from red letter R emerge and dissolve into your throat. With that, purify all defilements of one's speech and receive Guru Rinpoche's wisdom, speech, blessing or empowerment, with which purify all one's speech-related defilements and all the settled body winds defilements. And then Guru Rinpoche's heart level from deep blue letter Hum emerges. That deep blue letter dissolves into one's heart, purifying all one's mind-related defilements. Receive blessings of Guru Rinpoche's wisdom, as well as purify one's essence, bindu, the settled body, purified. And that's how one become purer, receiving blessings, purifying the defilements. And then Guru Rinpoche, with all his retinue, dissolve into light. The light, red, white, and marked with Hum, basically wisdom, body, speech, and mind, right? They dissolve into one's heart. And when that is visualized, then from here on, there's no Guru Rinpoche out there. You receive the ultimate blessings. The whole point is not to visualize something out there. You are here, the ultimately speaking, to be awakened in a state of non-dual state. Awakening state. Awakening state is not indulge into dualistic phenomena, but awaken in a non-dual, one taste state, we call one taste, inseparabilities. The subject and object, you and me, what, this and that, good and bad, everything has to do with our own concept, the designations. As I described this morning, the ultimate practice of Buddhism is to attain that concept-free state. How we get there? Concept-free state is first visualizing these conceptual practices. Guru Rinpoche, out there, you are here. With devotion, invoke his blessings, receive his blessings. And as one purifies one's defilements, receive the empowerments, then getting closer and closer and become one with, in that one taste. In that state of inseparabilities, state of non-duality, state of one taste, however long one can remain. Remaining in that state is ultimate practice. In that state, subject and object never exists. The boundaries never exist. Sky-like nature. So that, of course, has to do with one's own practice, what kind of understanding one get to understand that. And here the instruction, Mepang Rinpoche's instructions to this practice. And to that non-dual state, one taste, how one attain that, how one get to that is this way. This is how it works. Okay, and then dedicate the merit, that aspiration, dedicate the merit that all sentient beings, no one left behind, all become or attain the state of the Gurupama Sambhava. That state is no other than the state of all Buddhas, enlightened states. To dedicate the merit to that end. Okay. A little bit long, but hopefully we'll have not fall asleep. Okay. Now let us, if you have questions, I'll try my best to answer.
Okay. Isabel, you're going to handle the questions?
Yeah, I can. I think there is one. Yes, Bob and Mariana have a question. Let me unmute you. There.
You can have to do the video, please. Hello.
Hi, Bob.
Hi.
Yeah.
Blessings. I had a question in the text for the benefit of all beings as vast as the skies.
Yeah.
there is a part in here on page 14. It says, because you mentioned turning the wheel of Dharma.
Yeah.
And it says here, I pray that the wheel of Dharma to be turned in the form of the greater and lesser vehicles. What does that mean?
Greater and lesser vehicles. Now going into detailed teachings, we talk about different vehicles. A different vehicle basically means different teachings. Here in Buddhism, I should say this, I guess, that we talk about more of a first step vehicle teachings and more advanced state of teachings. So those who are new, it's easier for this first step vehicle, and then go advanced, go to the next. We call Tekpa Chechung, small vehicle, and then great vehicle. Here, in the teachings, great vehicle emphasize on bodhicitta. That's why it's great. Then we talk about 7 kinds of greatness, but that's a long story. So anyway, the more advanced teachings are greater vehicle, and for the beginners, rather simple approach. Just like Four Noble Truths, very basic explanation of Four Noble Truths are rather lesser vehicles. And when you get more advanced, it doesn't mean that you leave behind the Four Noble Truths. That continues, its essence continues, get more advanced, more detailed, more settled. So here, greater, lesser vehicle, greater vehicle has much emphasis on the bodhicitta. Lesser vehicle has less emphasis. That's the accurate answer to your questions. Okay.
All right, next person will be William. Just 1 second. There we go. Unmute. There you go, William.
It says he has no microphone, so I think you have to just read the question.
Oh, it's funny because it has a mic that shows. Okay. Anyway, let me find the question. The question is, should we think of Orgyen Dorje Chung as blue or reddish white?
Blue.
Okay, and that's all the questions that I can see, unless there's some people. Justin next. Let me unmute you. There you
Hello.
go, Justin.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Justin. Yeah.
Good to see you. Very excited here. I had a question about what are the 4 maras?
Where did you find that?
In a protector text, completely victorious in the war of the 4 maras.
Which protector text?
Dorje Drolo.
Oh.
This one, that's my favorite one. This one's my favorite. It says, through the virtue of this practice, may I and all beings ripen into the wisdom form, Adodo Drolo, and be completely victorious in the war of the 4 maras. May the auspiciousness of churning the depths of samsara prevail. Is that illusion? Or
Okay, I'm thinking about it because there are many different explanations of 4 maras. 4 maras, according to the more of a sutric general teachings, and 4 maras that has to do with more of a Vajrayana. teachings, and four Maras more than in particular ones. So to tell you the truth, I'm not sure which one would be. Now Maras, let me explain you in general, and then I will go from there. Maybe in your case, maybe Vajrayana ways. Mara here refer to everything basically that which obstruct us for attaining perfect enlightenment. The first level, visible of Mara, outer Mara, the inner Maras, these affective emotions. And then even these pride that I am a good practitioner. Now I'm good. Maras. Ultimately, then even a settled concept. When you meditate, your last kind of Mara will be the simple concept of your meditations. If there is experiencer which experience the great experience of meditations, that again is Mara. So in this case, Mara, in the Vajrayana case, we basically different levels of Maras. And that Mara, these Maras, ultimately speaking, which kind of bring the practitioner pulling back, not, fully to the, state of enlightenment, letting go. So these are Maras. Okay.
Sorry, there is one more question. I think Willa needs to unmute.
Okay, go ahead, Winterhawk. This is when.
Just say your name. Oh, great. This is Winterhawk. Tulku, thank you. And I have a question about how is it that samsara can be emptied? I can imagine a million ways that might work, but how is that so?
What do you mean? Samsara empty?
Yes, how is it that with all of our works that it can finally be emptied? Is it because of finite thought and finite number of beings? I don't know how that happens.
Mm-hmm.
I can see it individually, but as a whole.
Yeah, individually, generally speaking and individually speaking, we, in the philosophical debate, we have like samsara do not have beginning, but samsara have an end. Or samsara, all this debate. Anyway, for instance, when you dream, you have a dream, you went to, I don't know, India, to a rail station, train station. Here is a train station. In India, train station, there are lots of people. Young, old, rich, poor, animal, cows, dogs, pigs, running in the train station. Maybe I'm making it a big deal, but almost like that. So many people there, you dream. And something happened, you woke up. When you woke up, you look back, whoa, so many people there. In fact, none of these were here. It's all my, mind's display. Awaken, wake up. When you wake up, all, as I was talking about yesterday, the projector stops, the projections also disappears at the same time. So that is samsara to that awakening state, all samsara to the same, at the same time awakening. Okay, thank you for your questions. Let us now do the practice.
So there's one more question from
Yeah.
Stephanie.
Okay.
Let me just unmute her.
Okay.
Where is she? There you go. There you go, Stephanie. It doesn't work to unmute her. Okay, well, I'll read her question then.
Okay.
It said, what does it mean my 3 doors are purified of obscurations and become the Vajras of enlightened body, speech, and mind? Thank you.
We use the word 3 doors, basically referring to body, speech, and mind. We always remember this. What we have is body, speech, and mind. And what we have to take care with the practice of mindfulness is body, speech, and mind. Make sure that your body is on the wrong track, doing negative things. Make sure your speech not create any negativity, but always positive. Make sure your mind not on the negative side, but always in a positive side. So Dharma practitioners, to be mindful, practice of mindfulness is closely attending to one's 3 doors, body, speech, and mind. By doing so, making sure that this body, speech, mind remains in a positive state rather than negative state. That is our practice, in fact. So as a Dharma practitioner, we have lots of things to take care of. So we take care of this body, speech, and mind. Here, the kind of ultimate taking care of body, speech, and mind is now in Vajrayana practice. Then one do this kind of prayer, receive the blessings or empowerment. With that, when one receives the empowerment of wisdom, body, speech, and mind, these 3 empowerment purifies one's ordinary body, speech, and mind. And not only ordinary body, speech, mind are purified, but actually awaken. When there's body-related defilement is gone, speech-related defilement is gone, mind-related defilement is gone, then it is Vajra body, Vajra speech, and Vajra mind. So in Vajrayana practice, beyond that, what we do is we visualize, sub-visualization, so-called. This very body is not ordinary body, but wisdom body, that of a Buddha body. Sub-visualization. So one sub is Chenrezig, one sub is Guru Rinpoche, one sub is Tara, we visualize. The speech is the enlightened speech. The thought, one try to remain in a state of, non-dual thought. So basically transforming this ordinary 3 doors into the extraordinary 3 Vajra doors. So that is the Vajrayana approach of transforming. But in the day-to-day lifestyle, what is our practice? The most important thing here is then with the practice of mindfulness, what you have to take care of. You have to take care of your body, speech, and particularly mind, right? Nangpa. In a Buddhist practice, we have to take care of our mind. If our mind goes wild, then goes the 2 other doors. So making sure our mind is on the right track is the Buddhist practice, is the Buddhist things to do. How we make sure is that this mind, when somebody checks comfort zones, one's comfort zones, things start to go other ways. And when that happens, here Buddha says, you must recognize, must remind it to yourself. That is the practice of mindfulness. Once you are reminded, once you know your own mind now on a wrong track, then what you go to do? Make it straight. Make it right. Is our day-to-day lives Buddhist practitioners. What does Buddhist practice means? Like that. Taking care of one's own mind. And mind is taken care of, then the speech should be also come naturally. That is our practice. Okay.
All right, one last one just before we start, because I think it's on point. Sorry, it says, does our reciting this sadhana together online with you also constitute receiving the long?
There are two ways. Some we say that doing a practice together, one receive the lung at the same time, and then not relying on only that, we give lung on separate. So that in mind, I will just do the transmissions. Okay. Now please sit straight. As I read through this, you just simply listen. With devotions to this practice, this very practice. By doing this very practice, lots of masters attain their spiritual qualities. So with that, just simply, remain open with devotion. I'll just read through. Okay. Te salangu bashu. Okay, now let us practice for the remaining of the time. This shower blessing you have the verses of noble auspicious ones or not?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Then just do the from the beginning. Okay.
you want me to show the text, or does
No,
everybody?
no. I think it's fine. If there's not, let me know. I think same version. So, okay. Everybody sit comfortably, relax. Now we do this shower blessing practice together. Okay. Okay. Om Nasi Nanda Raja Nundu Be Trashi Chochu Shina Juba Yi Sanje Chutang Gendun Papi Tsu Kun La Changza Taja Trashi Chu Dumi Jabu Tsaten Tundru Jambe Chenpa Gera Paldamba Kun la gongpa jache chapa jen lunpo takpa tata paldani semjen tamje la gong chape pa yesen zepa tsara chapa de tsen tsam tupe chashi palpe wa dewa shepa je la changza lo jambal juno palden dojen zen Jere Ziwang Gumbo Jambe Pa Sai Nimbo Jiba Number Sel Nangi Nimbo Pachu Kundu Zang Upala Doje Peker Lushin Tang Obu Dawa Radi Nimayi Chatsin Le Nang Chashi Paji Chu Changju Senpa Jela Changza Lo Rinchen Tu Chu Chashi Seji Nya Dunjung Pungza Iwon Kama La Nyenda Tongda Punzo Pabe U Menu Janse Wangju Kolo De Rinchen Tachu Jeji Chasen Jen Chodu Jawa Chujin Jeje Ma Gesu Ngo Tenbe Pabe We Chashi Lamo Jela Changza Lo Tsangpa Chenpo Tenjung Seme Pu Meidong Nenda Jabo Yungko Zang Pache Potang Luwa Meme Zang Namju Sete Laze Kolo Tang Tishu La Tang Tong Tong Doje Jen Pyang Radi Chuten Jansen Zin Sasum Nisu Gele Tashi Pel Jiten Chongwa Jela Changza Lo Daja Tengdir Jawa Zomba La Ketan Yewa Sewa Kunshi Ne Deden Pape Samde Yin Lu Tashi Tele Pyonsong Zopa Shu. Next page. Refugium Bodhicitta. Namo Lama Deshe Dupe Ku Kunsho Sumje Rangyen La Datan Joju Semjen Na Chanchu Padu Chausu Je Namo Lama Deshe Dupe Ku Kunsho Sumje Rangyen La Datan Joju Semjen Na Chanchu Padu Chausu Je Namo Lama Deshe Dube Ku Kunshu Sumje Rangyen La Dadan Roju Semjen Na Chanchu Padu Chao Su Semje Rowa Kundun Du Lama Sanje Junene Kangla Kandu Chile Ji Rowa Jawa Tamja Wo Semje Rowa Kundun Du Lama Sanje Junene Kangla Kandu Chile Ji Rowa Jawa Tamja Wo Semje Rowa Kundun Du Lama Sanje Junene Kangla Kandu Chene Ji Rowa Jowa Tamja Next page, 79 prayers. O Je Yu Ji Nu Jang Za Be Ma Ke Sa Dong Bo La Yang Zhen Zhou Ge Er Zhu Nye Be Ma Zhong Ne Shi Su Zha Ko Tu Kan Zhou Man Bu Gu Ji 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 Su Da Nu Ji Jin Ji Lao Ji Shi Su Song U Ru Be Ma Si Di Next prayer is prayer to Shichojo, Rinpoche's consort. Jagun Jeyong Chun Kuzan Mo Pema Chobi Machi Jimon Chi Muru Chozo Dechen Kanju Zo Yeshi Zoja Shavla Soande Chena Sangwe Parche Shiwa Tang Lame Kutse Tembra Jinji Lo Nemo Tsanga Shiva Jinji Lo Jipur Bedong Shiva Jinji Lo Seba Shira Jebra Jinji Lo Samba Lunji Rupa Jinji Lo. Next, visualization of Guru Rinpoche until the seven branch prayer. Can you read, Vila? Possible?
Before me in my ordinary form is Orgyen's stainless Lake Dhanakosha. Its profound depths are filled with water of the 8 qualities. Within its center is the stem of a jeweled lotus with petals unfolded. Upon this is Orgyen Dorje Chang, in whom all sources of refuge converge. Brilliant with the splendor of the major and minor marks, he is embracing Sogyal, the mother consort. He holds a Vajra in his right hand and a vase with a skull cup within a skull cup in his left. Exquisite in their silks and ornaments of jewels and bone, within a vast expanse of 5-colored light, they blaze in the majesty and blessing of supreme bliss. Oceans of the 3 roots gather like clouds as their retinue. They gaze upon me, bringing down a shower of blessings and compassion.
Okay, go back. Le Dharma ne be den ga ru o jin je me da na ko shi zo din sa yin la je den chu gang bi su den je be dong da je den cha ne gun de o je do je cha sen be ba ba so ja yong dang zhi cha ye do je yuen be tu bon na da da ren je ru bi jian jian zi ye long ne de jian si jian ba ko du za sung jian zu zhen da di jian lao zu ji chan be da la zi. Now, in the presence of Guru, we offer 7 branch offerings. Let us first read in 7 branch offerings in English. Can you read, Villa?
To the form of deathless, pristine awareness, the essence of all victorious ones, I forever offer prostrations of faith with intense and powerful yearning. My body, wealth, and enjoyment, and all virtue gathered in the 3 times, I offer these in the manner of Samantabhadra's vast clouds of offerings. I confess without exception all harmful actions and failings accumulated throughout time without beginning. Of the qualities of the victorious ones and their heirs, you are the sole sovereign Lord. Lord Protector, in your example, I rejoice from my heart. To you I pray with faith, beseeching you to bring down a great rain of profound and vast Dharma. Amassing all virtuous qualities of my own and others, I will, for as long as the countless realms of beings continue, follow in the wake of your example, my Lord Protector. I dedicate all this to the guidance of beings throughout space.
Okay. Let us go back. Hold your hands together like this when we do 7 branch prayer. Jakeng o chime yeshe gu dongshu tabe de cha ta du cao pe dan long ju tu song ge we co gun zang chu be chen du me ne bu to me ne sa ti tong ma lu sha se je ja wa kun ji yuan den ji chao da ji bu gun be nam ta la ni ne ye ra te be so de xin sab ji chu ji cha chen be pa gu rang xin ge we ngu bo gun dong ne ro khan jiang zu ji si ni ji pa Gombo Chiji Namtar Jine De Kachan Doa Dembe Tundu. Can you first again? English?
O great treasure of wisdom and love, in whom all sources of refuge converge, most excellent and precious refuge in these corrupt evil times, I am afflicted by the spread of the 5 degenerations, and I pray to you with great longing. Recall your child with love. Summon forth the dynamic compassion from the vastness of your enlightened intent, and grant your blessings to my devoted heart. I pray, swiftly show signs and indications, and confer the most excellent and ordinary cities.
Go back. Chane kundu chenze te chenbo Dungi nime chapchu rinpoche Madu gube narshin dunshu ji Sonde bula tsewe tuji gong Gombe lone tuji tsarchung la Muden dagi nila jinji lo Tadang tsema nyurdu tenpa tang Chodan tumong uju zadu so. 7 in prayer. Orgyen Phuntsok Ema Keso Yanze joge ngudruni Ema kando mambu Jesu Dadu Jenje Lo Che She Su So Guru Pema Now we repeat. Oje Yuje no Janza Bema Kesa Dombo Yanzen Chogi Mudu Nye Bema Yone Shizuda Odo Kando Mambu Ko Chiji Jesu Daduji Chenje Lochi Shisu So Guru Bema Sidi Oje Yuje no Janza Bema Kesa Dombo La Yanzen Chogi Mudu Nye Bema Yone Shizuda Odo Kando Mambu Ko Chiji Jesu Daduji Chenje Lochi Shisu So Guru Bema Sidi Oje Yuji Nujan Sa Bema Kesa Dombo La Yanzen Chogi Mudu Nye Bema Jone Shisu Da Odo Kando Mambu Ko Chiji Jesu Daduji Chenje Lochi Shisu So Guru Bema Sidi Oje Yuji Nujan Sa Bema Kesa Dombo La Yanzen Chogi Mudu Nye Bema Jone Shizu Da Odo Kando Mambu Ko Chiji Jesu Daduji Chenje Lochi Shisu So Guru Bema Sidi Oje Yuji Nujan Sa Bema Kesa Dombo La Yanzen Chogi Mudu Nye Bema Jone Shisu Da Odo Kando Mambu Ko Chiji Jesu Daduji Chenje Lochi Shisu So Guru Bema Sidi Turn to the next page. Necho Deru Chimpo La Jungcho Dala Ketan Londe Pache So Chodan Temon Oma Hum Benzanguru Pema Sidi Hum Oma Hum Benzanguru Pema Sidi Hum Oma Hum Benzanguru Pema Sidi Hum Oma Hum Pema Sidi Hum Oma Hum Pema Sidi Hum Oma Pema Sidi Oma Hum Benzanguru Pema Sidi Hum Oma Pema Sidi Hum Oma Oma Hum Benzanguru Pema Sidi Hum Oma Oma Hum Benzanguru Pema Sidi Hum Pema Sidi Hum Oma Pema Sidi Hum Oma Hum Benzanguru Pema Sidi Oma Hum Benzanguru Pema Sidi Hum Pema Sidi Hum Oma Hum Benzanguru Pema Sidi Hum 고마운 변성으로 변마스 고마운 변성으로 변마스 고마운 변성으로 고마운 변성으로 변마스 고마운 변성으로 변마스에 대해 고마운 변성으로 변마트진서 변서 사마야 다시딘 발랑 고마운 변성으로 변마트진서 변서 사마야 다시딘 발랑 고마운 변성으로 변마트진서 변서 사마야 다시딘 발랑 Next, let us say in English the Trikaya prayers.
Whatever objects appear before your eyes, all appearances, the outer universe, the beings within, the container and the contained, however they may arise, remain in the state of non-grasping. Freedom from grasping and clinging is the lucid, empty form of the true deity. I invoke the Guru, self-liberated from desire. I invoke the Odhyana Guru, lotus-born. Whatever is heard by the ears, every sound is grasped as interesting or uninteresting. Whenever sounds arise, remain in the state of empty sound, free from thought, and recognize these sounds as Buddha's speech, empty sound, unborn and unceasing. I invoke the empty sound of Buddha's speech. I invoke Guru Padmasambhava. Whatever arises as the object of thought, such as the emotion-laden thoughts of the 5 poisons, don't alter the mind by anticipating the future or retracing the past. If you remain in the true self-nature as thoughts arise, they will self-liberate into the Dharmakaya. I invoke the Guru of self-liberating awareness. I invoke the Odhyana Guru, lotus-born. Outwardly, purify the grasping at objects. Inwardly, liberate the mind's clinging. In between, recognize the mind's self-nature, which is the clear light. This I pray, Buddhas of the 3 times, through your compassion, grant me blessing that I may liberate my mind stream.
Okay. Thinking about the meanings when we do. Now go to the conclusion. In this case, page 31. Page 31. Can we first say in English? Let me know.
From the 3 syllables in the Lama's 3 places emerge 3 rays of white, red, and dark blue light. As these are absorbed into my own 3 places, my 3 doors are purified of obscurations and become the Vajras of enlightened body, speech, and mind. Finally, the Lama, together with his retinue, dissolve into light, which becomes a white sphere glowing red and marked with Hum. As this is absorbed into my heart, I dwell in co-emergent Dharmakaya, the Lama's mind and my mind, inseparable. Ah, ah.
Okay. Go back. we do this, and at the end, we do short silent meditation. Yeah. La me ne son ye gen ru son le ze ka ma te son chun ne su rang ge ne son ten be go son ji de jang ku son tu ji do je ju ta ne la ma ko je tu shu ka ma ti le hong ge chen ba ru rang ge ni ka ten be la me tu rang sen ye me le che chu ku dedication is in English.
Through this merit, may I quickly accomplish the Orgyen Lama, and through that, may all beings, without exception, be established at that level.
Gewa de nyudu da ojen lama duju ne toa chi jang ma lu ba de salam pa shu. That completes our practice, but let us just do the Eshistoja aspiration prayer. Mahanguru Jela Jida Chang Zera Tang Jidu Shingang Tabi Podang Du Lama Drame Tembarashu Yugu Temjang Meba Ye Nyebe Shatu Rubadang Omba Samo Tuji Ju Jinla Duzi Longdo Shu Usung Tuji Jinla Ji Lunga Yisun Memba Dang Samu Jezo Namni La Wando Druba Jeba Shu Bodo Deji Zonam Da Nedun Parchi Shiva Dang Korda lonche jeba ye samba ye jindu parashu. Doche reche kanche so pensum sobe nini do. Tenzin same bunju la tadu juba jeba shu. Juba jebe ndibu ye tenle namji juba dang. Pasin tendo kolne jang sanje tenpa sungwa shu. Tenbe sungbe tamchu na zome jula chawa shu. Chenpa chola ngani ne toba chodan denpa shu. Chanchu semji tendir je chenro malu wandu ne. Tome yi nobu tu reze dundang denpa shu. Sanje tenpa tarvi tu junzin chutun je patang. Rogun de la kune jang shingang tamche tabar shu. Dagi lu nga yi sum je duja so su lo yu do. Kang la kang du zhubi ku pa du me pa nyung shu. Dharma korde ma lu kun guru ni tang ye me ji. Kusum dundra me pa ye nam chen sang je nyu do shu. Semje sowa debar shu lami jinje labar shu. Idang ngudru terwa shu kandru longten jebar shu. Chujong parche sarwa shu sanje tenpa darshin jebar shu. Semje tamche deshin jibar shu nidang tsendu chula jubar shu. Rangxin dunyi lunje rupa shu rangxin tabi gewa ni. Kowa nge son tongzhu ni siso layang me ni xin. Changche kusung ngunjur shu jawa kunji sangchen zu. Lame choki tenpa di jitar kala nisha yin. Jakam yongla tarji shu. Hagi gewe zawa de dang gewe zawa yenda jang che ne pal den la me tu gong yong su su yuan den dang den ba ju. Sanje je den ba ren bo che da xin je ba je pe je bu top den du ju ji. Chen ba dang ze wa nu ba sum tar chen ne zo pe sang je su ju. Lowa ritu na nepe semjen tamche kowa dunga chi jamso chenpo le dalte nyudu ngambara zopa sanje pa chu chi. So this prayer, aspiration prayer is from Eshitojo. So sometimes we wonder what aspirations we have to make. So read the meaning of this aspiration prayer, so you know. So see at the last two lines, may my knowledge, compassion, and ability reach the ultimate state. May I become a Buddha. May I be able to carry all beings who are suffering in the 6 realms across the ocean of samsara, and may they attain Buddhahood immediately. So embodies aspiration prayers. Okay. Now, when you have time, I hope you keep this practice close to you and do the practice. And when we don't have much time, simply do 7-line prayers, Bhaja Guru Mantra, and then Parche Lamse, short one. I believe you have. And Sambhaja Druma sometime. So, of course, I strongly believe that when we say where there's a will, there is a way. Yes. Even though you are not that, some of you may not be that familiar with these kind of practices, but you will know, you know. It's all matter of whether pay a little bit, one pay a little bit more attention or not. So my hope is that in life, we go through good time, most of the time, and then unfortunately sometimes bad times. Not only outer circumstances, inner emotional level. So at all time, keep this prayer close to you. Pray, invoke Guru Rinpoche's blessings. Invoking Guru Rinpoche's blessings is blessings of all Buddhas. So in day-to-day lives, removing obstacles, receiving blessings, to the ultimate, receiving empowerment, and become one, awaken in the state of Guru. This practice is a very important one. So I hope you keep this prayer always close to you.